This is a god.
You can't even install it. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Okay, so we're creating a comment form that inherits from Flask form. Okay, so class comment form, comment form that inherits from Flask form. Cool. Add a class attribute name comment as assign it as a string field with label comment. Okay, so comment equals to string field with the label comment. Oh, with the capital. Okay. Any questions so far? It's pretty clear, right? Oh yeah. So create a submit field inside the class with the add comment and assign it to the variable submit. Okay, so submit, no wait, what was it called?
Without
Submit, right? Submit equals submit field and add comment. That's that. Then in the recipe row, you'll see that render template has the argument template form equals comment form. Just above render template, create the variable comment form. Okay, so recipe is here. I have to instantiate and call it comment form. Comment form equals comment form, the little thing. That's it, basically. And when you actually let me run it, where is the okay, cool. So you can't see anything. Like right now, we can't see anything. And I think it was David that said it's because we are not even like doing anything in the front end. So of course, obviously, it's not going to be shown on the screen. We did the logic. Sorry?
There is nothing in HTML.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing in the HTML. I think there's something wrong with PyCharm, Mariam. Right
I
now.
have a question. I have a question about the PyCharm.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen?
Oh yeah, sure. Maybe they updated or something because it was working fine by now. Yeah. Did you try to install? Go to terminal. I think is okay. Oh, yeah, pip install Flask WTF. A Flask underline with a small underline. Like the without shift. Yeah. And WTF with capital letters. That's very weird. Did you try just exiting everything and opening it again? But I genuinely believe there's something wrong with PyCharm. I guess it's not my computer.
Well, I think I know how to fix it.
How?
So he has to like type in the line that has like from like C user demo 100 from like the upgrade PP. Right? No. And then let me show. Can I like share my screen for a second?
Yeah, you can. But I think it's PyCharm because I think 4 of us just like our PyCharm died at the same time. So command prompt. Okay. What about common? It's the same thing as terminal.
So
That's
that's
what I mean. No, I know, but that's the same as terminal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show him like, oh wait.
I know it's
guess
much better here, but now we're in a virtual environment, so it's better to use the actual thing.
Let me. So basically, when you type in, what is it?
It's not typing there. You just can't type like the terminal.
Yeah.
Because in my terminal, I have WTF installed and everything. So no, it's PyCharm's fault. It's okay, guys.
Yeah.
Just try to learn the yeah, exactly, the terminal below, because we're in a virtual environment, you know. So
yeah, exactly.
okay.
Oh, here like
What
it says like no module not founder, no module named Flask.
Yeah,
WTF.
but you have it, so it's
Yeah.
PyCharm's fault that's not finding it.
Yes,
You know?
exactly.
Okay. Anyways, let's just go and learn the code. I mean, it's, you know, logic, all of it. Okay. So now we said that you know, the user has to see what we're doing eventually. So that's why we use template form variables. We already did, but this one is different because it's form variables. So just a recap of what we did. PyCharm is good when you're Python. Yeah, that's the whole point of PyCharm. Anyways, so we had our, you know, class, and we had two variables, and we said these are the essential ones. We use them to, you know, run in render templates. We use them as, you know, what to pass on to the template. And just like whenever you forget, just look at this. This is basically what I just said. Okay, now to the template. You know, we use the delimiters as always, and inside of form action, we already need, I mean, we still need the form action thing because it is HTML after all. And okay, so if you remember, we stored the comment form inside of template form, right? Because I said like you're gonna get it confused and stuff.
Yeah.
So hidden tag is basically the thing that I said is for, you know, attacks and stuff. That's the secret code thing. That's what it is, the first line. These two lines are my text field label, is the label of the text field we created. And the next one is the value of my text field. The last one is my submit, which basically the submit button that we created. And now you still might be like, okay, fine, like I already know how to do this in HTML. What's the point? Now let's, you know, compare how this would look like if we did it in pure HTML. It will look like this, which looks a lot more complicated, right? And nasty a little bit. But this,
What? Oh my gosh.
right? So Python.
So that's the same thing, yeah?
Yeah,
This
it's
whole
exactly
thing.
the same thing.
Yeah, and that's way easier, this first one.
Exactly. And it's way easier to debug with Flask WTF. So that's the whole reason.
And why the second one is like even exists?
Because it only exists in Flask, this one. And if you're using another language, you have to use the HTML. And to be honest, that's the reason we went through it as well. Because sometimes we have to, you know, add some stuff that are not, like for flexibility, we need HTML and CSS still, like forever. I feel like we're still gonna need it.
Like if I should write this value by myself, I mean, like all, if I'm gonna.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, it's way complex.
Yeah, so it's not complex. It's just a lot of coding. It's like if you, you know, look at it, it's basically just input and then like the for, the name, all we did before.
Yeah, other stuff is like looks easier, but like when I'm looking at the value, it's like very complex. The value, yeah.
Yeah. Since some of you don't have your pie chart, so I'm just gonna do this task with you guys. You can try with me, code along. So right now we're trying to add more stuff to our HTML files, so we can display the beautiful logic we created for our comment section. So in recipe HTML, we have to go to the form tags, and we see something like template form hidden tag, and we have to now insert the comment field label, like exactly like this one, but with the variables we created before. So let's all just go code together. I'm gonna mute myself, so no distraction.
There's no template form.
There's recipe HTML. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
HTML, and it's here at the top, at the bottom.
Like there's a template recipe on the form.
Dude, in the wait, can't you not all of you see it? So in recipe HTML, the HTML file, go down, and there's
Yeah.
a template form hidden tag.
Like the comments below the comments, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no. Oh, I should add it. Okay. No. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen because I got very confused. So.
Okay, then let's add it here. Basically, I'll just copy paste the recipe HTML. Where is the project files? Right. Here you go. It's on Discord. Just copy paste this content inside of your recipe HTML if you don't have it.
The label, yeah.
Tell me whenever you're done, and we can go through the logic.
Can I show you something?
Yes. Yeah, it is just your Why would I take offense? I didn't create Python. You misspelled label, by the way. Okay, what are you trying to say right now? Because you're muted, if in case you don't know.
Oh, sorry. Like it should be below, like,
Yeah, it should be
here,
below. Yeah.
but like there's the
Delete the space.
what?
Delete the space before your second
Yeah,
name.
I'm trying, but it's not working. It goes straight up. I just can't delete this part.
The problems you have, I swear. How?
Like what?
The problems you have. Exactly, the comment button doesn't work, Nika. That's the point of this. Yemen is very unlucky, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I really don't know how to do this.
like,
Sorry.
would it be a problem if I left like this?
Probably, I don't think so. It's HTML, so it's probably gonna be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so
Can you
now,
share your screen?
yeah, I was about to. Okay, so as you can see, I can type stuff now on the screen, but when I say add comment, nothing happens. And yeah, oh, and sorry, I forgot to explain the code. So I added the label, and if you remember here, this was the label. So hence why we can see comment here. Oh, sorry. And then I added submit here, submit and comment. And since these are variables, I put these guys in, like, you know, after it. So it realizes, oh, I'm referring to the string field and the submit field. And yeah, so that's basically it. And now we have to go realize why didn't it work? Why can't I, you know, add stuff? And that's because, so the user can send us the data, but we don't know how to process it. And there's a whole thing about handling Flask form data. So they're the abstracts, as you saw. So there's a lot of like this kind of stuff that comes with it, the abstractness of Python in general. So we all know that this is a post request because we're receiving the data from client. So when we receive it, we have to do something with the data, right? So because the web is like, oh, I don't know what to do now. And there's a very easy solution to this, and it's called literally data. All you have to do to access the data is to type, okay, so this instance of my class and this field, I want the data inside of it. And you just put data, dot data, which is an attribute. And pretty easy. And always, you know, don't forget that we're both displaying the stuff to the client and receiving the stuff from the client. So we need both get and post. Now, this task is the last task, and we're just trying to, make this happen. Just, show everything. Dot is key. Yes. So just take your time, try to understand the logic, and yeah. After the dot, yeah, it becomes data. It's autosave though, isn't it? RIP David. Okay, so what you had to do was basically create a new variable called new comment, which is the data we're receiving from the client, and process the data we're receiving from the class that we created. And well, the section that we're typing in is the comment itself, right? So if you look at app.py in the class, we called it comment. So this section goes to the variable comment. That's why I'm accessing that variable. I'm saying, okay, give me the data already. And that's what I did. And then I'm appending that new comment into the existing comments. So if I add something like anything and add it, it's gonna work. But there's a downside to this. I can just not do anything and it will go here. So even if the client doesn't enter anything,
Statement that will not add comment if it's non-type.
exactly, it's non-type or not non-type or even empty string, it's gonna accept it, and that's a problem, right? And there's a way, I think it was Georgi who mentioned it last time, that there's a thing in HTML, I'm sure all of us have seen it, that there's some data that are necessary, right? For example, here, the comment is necessary for us. And it's called validation in Flask. So there's a thing called validators, and you can import it from WCF forms. And basically, you can add data required in the class that you're trying to, instantiate from. So it will look like this. We did this before for my text field. David, never mind. I muted you. Okay, so my text field equals string field, text label, that's the label. And then you can separate it by comma and say, okay, I need this text field to be required. If it's not, then I don't want it. And this line basically does that. So validators equals data required, open close parentheses. There's even a better option, which is called validate on submit. So have you noticed, like, when you're trying to enter somewhere and you're just typing in your username and password, and then you click submit and it says, oh, like you didn't enter your username, what are you doing? How it notices is that there is a validate on submit. So when you click on submit, it checks if you added everything needed or not. And I think it's pretty easy to use. So you say, if my form validates on submit is true, meaning everything required is done, then process the data. Yeah, and as I said, validate on submit basically returns true when there's an actual post request, not just an empty string or something. And yeah, I'll just do this because we're kind of running out of time. This is a task that I'm doing right now, so you don't have to do anything. So here we go. It says in app.py, the data handling section in the recipe route has been put inside an if true block to mimic no validation. Okay. Right now, I think I replaced it already. Yeah, I did. So if we don't have any validation, it's going to be none or some stupid stuff like that. But if you add comment form dot validate and submit, it checks if here, because we said, okay, so the comment should be required, otherwise we don't want it. So I added that first, and then I came here, and I said, okay, if that comment is there, then add it to my data, and on the screen. So right now, if I just refresh it or something, nothing's going to happen. But if there's an actual value, then it's going to be added. Yep, that's about it. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna send everything to you. Is it clear why we use validate?
It's like a database.
Oh, we still haven't created our database, but sort of, yeah. We don't
It's
want
like
necessary information in our comments.
yeah. We're just saving, so it's like a database.
Anyone who's confused?
Can you